Right. Hi, all of you. Welcome to this live stream today. So do tell me if you are able to hear me clearly and see me clearly. I'll have a few coming in after a while. So I'm back to connect with you after quite some time. So not been connecting with you for long. So hope you all are doing very well and hope your studies are going good. Hope your life is rocking. Right. So today basically we'll discuss about this whole issue of how to target this midterm examinations, because you have midterm examinations right now. How do you exactly manage your syllabus so that you'll be able to perform well in the forthcoming annual examinations, which is the main examination, right? So hi, Swastik, Gumbar, and hi, Dragonfist. Thanks for joining in. So I'll be giving you certain tips that you can follow. We have both 10th and 11th over here, right? So we have certain new subscribers as well, and I'd like to meet them today, right? भाई प्लीज क्लास 11th इंग्लिश के वीडियोस डालना शुरू करो, स्कूल की न्यू टीचर बहुत बेकार है। बहुत लोगों ने ऐसा कमेंट किया है रे। मैं बिल्कुल ट्राई करूंगा, प्रयास करूंगा ऐसा करने का, लेकिन टाइम मिलना चाहिए और कुछ नहीं है। हो सके तो आई विल कम लाइव मोर फ्रीक्वेंटली, that will not take much time away from my side, because मेरे लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल है with my 12th standard syllabus as well. All right, hi, Talent Hub. Name is Jatin, right? I still remember. All right. So now let's come to the midterm examinations. So when we talk of the midterm examinations, we're basically talking about a period when you are in between, your academic year, and it's a very important time when you can basically, you have a lot of time available with you, unlike the burden that you have towards the end. No kind of burden actually, but थोड़ा टाइम मिलता है अभी आपको। तो अभी आप कैसे अपने आप को, अपने लाइफ को स्ट्रक्चर कर सकते हो so that you can prepare well for the final examination. Starting off with the first important thing that you need to keep in mind is clarity. And why I'm saying that is you must have good conceptual understanding. So at this point of time, आपका ध्यान किस में होना चाहिए? अच्छी तरह concepts को समझने में. Because once you're able to understand concepts well, then you'll be able to apply them and write answers also extremely well, right? So it's very important for you all at this point of time to basically understand concepts comprehensively. So go up to your teachers, ask as many questions as possible. It's very good to be inquisitive, right? So jitna inquisitive ho jao and ask as many questions so that you can actually gain a comprehensive understanding of each and every topic that is given in your textbook, right? I'll come to your questions, I'll answer your questions definitely. परसों एग्जाम है, कुछ टिप्स दो कि डिस्ट्रैक्ट ना हो जाओ. बिग टॉपिक दिस, Swastik. I'll come to that a little later, okay? Or I'll just answer it in a short while. Distract now. I think I'll come to the distraction wala question a little later, Swastik. Stay tuned, right? I'll just complete the tips that I have prepared for you, and then I'll get to that, right? Because that's an important topic that I need to cover with you in the course of this live stream. So coming to the second, one thing is clarity, as I told you. The second thing is about discipline. So to maintain a good timetable so that you can actually be, structured, get yourself into a structure that in the future months you'll be able to manage your time effectively. That's very important. One thing is clarity. Second thing, discipline. Third thing, to apply whatever you learn. जो कुछ सीखते हो उसे जिंदगी में apply करो, ताकि you can understand what is the essence of what you are learning. Right? जो कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, it has certain impact in your life as well. So understand that, then your academics will become very, very beautiful and very, very easy as well. The fourth and most important thing is depth of knowledge रखो. आप कुछ भी एक चीज पढ़ते हो, लेट अस से आप साइंस में एक कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ते हो, या फिर आप सोशल साइंस में आप हिस्ट्री में कुछ यू रीड अबाउट certain things for 10th standard, for 11th standard. In English, if you're learning about, say you're learning about in that chapter about discovering Tut, you should know a little about the history, the past as well, because so that you can get a comprehensive understanding. Jitna depth of knowledge hoga, utna aapke liye better hoga. So depth of knowledge is of extreme importance, right? These are the four things that I feel are extremely important. If you're able to manage them effectively, your midterm exams will go off wonderfully. Now coming to Swastik's question. No, I think it's Swastik only, right? Yeah. Okay, distract na ho jao, right? And Talent Hub is also asking, can you try some PE, bro? What is PE? I'm not getting the question, the answer. What do you mean by PE? But Swastik, to answer your question, distract नहीं होने के लिए ना, आप उसके बारे में like suppose you feel like say watching a video or something. Don't try and contain your desires too much. Give yourself a treat after every. Suppose you have completed one lesson. थोड़ा सा रेस्ट लेकर आप 5 मिनट कुछ अपना वो काम कर सकते हैं जिसको आप जो आपको थोड़ा उत्साह देती है। अदरवाइज आई वुड रादर सजेस्ट कि आप अपने काम, अपने टास्क को प्रायोरिटाइज करो। अभी आपकी जिंदगी में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, एक पेपर निकालो, उसमें लिखो what is most important for you at this point of time, and then accordingly you can manage your whatever is more important will take more precedence over that which is not important, right? So at this moment perhaps the studies that is important, so give that kind of emphasis on studies. So that is very important. So जो आपके suppose you like doing gaming, or you like reading books. Some people really get distracted by reading books, some people get distracted by playing video games, some people get distracted by watching YouTube videos. So all these various forms of distractions are there, which is not that kind of, it's not something that can actually hamper your studies. I feel sometimes they can actually help you, but try and make that distraction, I would say it's a better tip that I can give you, try and make that distraction a strength of yours so that you can learn something from that, right? जो भी टाइम आप उसमें स्पेंड कर रहे हैं, but if it's not adding any value to you, just remove it from your life. Okay, Amy is asking a question. Thanks for joining. Amy, I'll just come to that. Just 1 minute. Talent Hub, can you try some physical education? I'm not getting it, right? Physical education, how can I try it now? I can't do any physical education right over here. But yeah, Amy, coming to your question, how do I cover up for midterms and be on track? So, Amy, now that you have only about, say, 9 days remaining for your examinations, what you can do is basically, if you have made some notes, right, जो notes बनाए हैं, if you can go through them once, and perhaps simultaneously, like what I do with history and all is basically keep my notebook on one side, keep my textbook on one side, and as I'm brushing through my notes, also go through the textbook notes. Because what happens is that there's a subtle linkage between the notes that you make and the textbook as well, and most of the chapters you have already studied beforehand, so you just need to get a you just need to brush through those concepts. You don't need to study them in detail exactly, right? Because I understand that the portion is extremely vast. So to cover that portion, what you need to do is, and I know that you can make good notes as well. So go through the notes and simultaneously create some acronyms that will help you, right? And stay cool and calm. That's most important. It will happen. There'll be no problem at all. It will happen. But if you are able to cover all the important topics, so the important topics है उन्हें cover कर लीजिए, and I think you will be on track. Don't worry. Most welcome, Swastik. Hi, Niranjan. Right. So I hope I answered Amy and Swastik's questions. Right. All right. So can you try to put the chapter on Ailing Planet? Okay, Ailing Planet is I think the Nana Palki wala chapter, right? All right. I think I need to look at that. It's a very subjective kind of a chapter. Like it can basically get a little boring sometimes. It's something very important. We all know about the importance of environment and all those things, and how to conserve our resources. It's very important. Most welcome, Amy. So I will try to put a video on that chapter. You want on that chapter specifically, so I'll make a note of it. So Ailing Planet का मैं video बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ within the next week or so. So do I have any 10th standard kids over here? 6 of you joining in. Any 10th standard students joining in by any chance? Because I have had a lot of new subscribers coming in. So the new pattern of English paper is a bit rough. I mean, what is the new pattern like? Because I feel it's quite, nothing is rough, Jatin, because I feel it's all in the mind. I mean, it might be something that is new, it might be something that is novel, but it's something that is basically trying to bring out the best in you. So English may, I feel creative writing is a place where you can really express yourself freely, and more also with your with other aspects as well, with literature also. So English is a beautiful language, a beautiful subject. So just enjoy it. I mean, if you study English with the purpose that अरे एग्जाम देना है तो मजा नहीं आएगा. But English को literary beauty के लिए अगर आप पढ़ोगे ना, if you just study for this, read for the sake of reading, just enjoy each and every word, you will really enjoy it. So irrespective of whether this pattern may have changed, it changes every year. Let me tell you. Even with that 12th standard, हमारे बैच के साथ it changes every now and then, and we also feel frustrated definitely. But end में the process should be something that like enraptures us and really makes us feel really good. That's about it. I mean, okay, Jatin, the landscape of the soul. Sumit Jai say, Well, Landscape of Soul is again about, I think, about Taoism, about the Western form of painting, and about the Chinese form of painting. I think that's the thing. It's a beautiful chapter. Again, it has a mention of the of Chandigarh as well. I remember that. But I'll look into that chapter. It's a beautiful chapter. So you're saying Alien Planet and the Landscape of the Soul, right? इन दोनों चैप्टर को मैं, अगर मुझे टाइम मिले, फुर्सत मिले, तो मैं ट्राई करूंगा कवर करने को. ठीक है. All right. So there aren't any 10th standard kids over here. Okay, I think I came without notifying you about it. मैंने एक comment में डाला था, उसीलिए I think not many of you have joined in. But to all those 10th standard kids who will watch, who are watching this like on record afterwards, then you can perhaps join every Saturday. So every Saturday now I'll come live for you guys to answer your questions and to keep you motivated, to keep myself motivated also. So yeah. Class 10 basic maths explain. Yeah, I know that there's been a segregation now. So you have basic maths as well for those who don't want to pursue maths in the future, which is a good concept, I feel. It's a good thing, MK Kashyap. But I think maths may, I'm not sure about the syllabus, so I cannot comment on it, right? So I'm sorry. Can you help us in notice writing? Notice writing is again, I mean, it's Dragonfist. Yes, I did study psychology in 11. Talent Hub, can you help us in notice writing? Look, notice writing में क्या है? एक heading होना चाहिए, and you start off. I mean, it's something that you daily would be observing if you're living in residential societies. जो जैसे notices लिखे जाते हैं, उसके हिसाब से आप अपनी अपना sign डालते हैं, उसके box में डालते हैं. Certain basic norms need to be followed in notice writing. ऐसे explain करना is quite difficult. Although I understand every single bit of theory part in deep, I face difficulty in mugging up the formulas. I think you're talking about maths. Is this class 11? Because I didn't study maths in class 11, so I don't know much about it. But when it comes to formulas, Swastik, you mean note making? All right. So I'll come to note making. Talent, just give me some time. Swastik is asking about facing difficulty in mugging up formulas. Learn about the derivation. वो formula आया कैसे? Mugging up से कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला है, स्वास्थ्य कि आपको वो फॉर्मूला मिला है, तो हाउ डू यू केमिस्ट्री एंड मैथ्स, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्लास 10th or class 11th, right? Okay, so I didn't pursue maths, so I did not take maths in class 11, so I can't comment on that. But when it comes to formulas now, Swastik, try and just understand why has that formula come up. अगर आप कोई भी, let's say आप पाइथागोरस थ्योरम पढ़ रहे हैं या फिर आप कोई और एक्सियम पढ़ रहे हैं, वो फॉर्मूला वगैरह आया कैसे and what is the essence of it, वो समझने की कोशिश करो. Mugging up, I mean, to a certain extent, it's fine. You're doing it for the sake of examination. But अगर आपको pursue करना है in the future, you should understand what is the depth behind that formula, right? Will you make any video for psychology, Dragonfist? I'll try. I mean, I don't have time right now to make videos, but if you have any specific question, you can put it up over here. I'll try and answer them. Someone had asked about note making. So note making is again, see, first you need to understand that you start off with a heading, right? So you have basically, I think it is for 12 marks usually. So you have 4 marks for the summary and 8 marks for the notes that you make. So notes में capital में आपका heading होना चाहिए. नीचे you start off in points and you again जो paragraphs होते हैं उसे usually there are 4 to 5 paragraphs. You divide it and you write like ऊपर एक first point लिखिए, उसके नीचे 5 point लिखिए, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 spacing, like it should be aligned together. That's very important. And later on, like you have like that, you can have 4 sections, 4 columns for 4 paragraphs, and a summary should be given. So summary के लिए भी एक heading होना चाहिए and वो सब होना चाहिए. So it's quite structured, but I mean, I know that you all may not be making notes in that manner. ये मतलब थोड़ा सा outdated सा note making procedure है, but ठीक है, it's quite easy to memorize the pattern. Okay. It is going to come in 4 marks in English. It's going to come for 4 marks. I'm sorry, 4 marks, right? Only for 4 marks, the note making thing, I think थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो सकता है, Jatin. But I hope you got it right. I mean, you understood the note making. All right. Swastik, class 11 derivations are almost 2 pages long and also contain. Look, I understand, Swastik. मुझे actually 11th standard में मैंने maths पढ़ा नहीं, मैंने 10th तक ही पढ़ा है. जितना मैंने 10th तक पढ़ा, I tried to understand why did that formula come up. वो formula आया कैसे, and to understand the genesis. That is more important. But 11th का I'm not someone who is authorized to comment because मैंने 11th पढ़ा नहीं है. So I didn't take up maths in 11th, so I cannot comment on that. So I'm very sorry. All right. How to become CA? Yeah, I can't comment because I'm again not wanting to pursue. I'm not a commerce student, number one, and I don't want to become a chartered accountant. All right, Sumit Jha, sentence transformation, deep explanation. Sentence transformation. What type of sentence transformation are you talking about, Sumit Jha? You're talking about English only? Sentence transformation in a sense? Can you just confirm that? No, 12 marks. That's what I'm saying, Jatin. So 12 marks, basically 8 marks for your note, for the notes that you make, and 4 marks for the summary. For English, sentence transformation. I'm not getting what context are you asking that question? Okay, note making is for 8 marks. How many marks है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कितने भी marks का होगा चलेगा. आप I mean just understand the pattern and go and apply it. Just forget about the rest. Marks जितना भी हो मिल जाएंगे आपको. ठीक है. Read the passage very carefully and look at the important points. When you make notes, it's very important to look at what is the important point being emphasized over there. So वो चीज आप this type of active passive sentence transformation. Okay, so you're talking about active voice and passive voice. I think, well, so you're talking about active being converted into passive. So I'll look into that, Sumit, and I'll get back to you a little later on that. All right. It's a new form because we didn't have this in this. You're asking for a deep explanation, so I cannot comment on it because we didn't have this till last year level. Type of no, as same as it. I'm not getting your question, Sumit. एक्टिव वॉइस एंड पैसिव वॉइस का कॉन्सेप्ट आप समझ लीजिए, उसके बाद आपका हो जाए. सो you know what is active voice and passive voice, right? So where the subject and predicate is they're basically interchanged, so you can interchange that and then you can do it, right? All right. Yes. So any more questions coming up? I mean active passive जैसा है लेकिन बिल्कुल सेम नहीं है. करेक्ट है. सो एक्टिव पैसिव जैसा है लेकिन बिल्कुल सेम नहीं है. It is a little different, definitely. Active is putting the subject in beginning. Passive जो end में था वो beginning में आ जाता है. So yes, it is definitely different. All right. So any more questions coming up? I'll answer them and then I'll go. So wishing you all best of luck for your midterm examinations. I'll come back. Today is 7th, 14th. I'll come back again at 9 o'clock for you guys. Do you have IP or Eco? No, I have taken humanities. So I don't have, I've taken humanities plus psychology. So I don't have IP or Eco. Okay, bro. Good night. Sure, Jatin. Thank you so much, and thanks, guys, for joining in. Thanks all those who joined in. It's in humanities. Look, we have we had an option between psychology and economics, and I opted for psychology. Right. So bye, guys. Bye, Swastik, and bye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the session, and meet you soon. See you soon.